Hello. Only two so far. How are you, Biza? Can't hear you. Hey, hey, hey. Can you hear me? You should. My mic is on. Oh, you can't speak. Okay, sorry. I didn't read all the messages. That's okay. Hi, Fabio, Jerry. Hi.
Hi, Jean-Marc. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. If you want to show your face, you can. Please do. I won't feel alone if you do so. I really hate the Zoom meetings when I don't see people. So, okay, just this bit. Someone that has been pretty active actually on the forum lately. Hi, Justice.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How do people call you? They call you Justice or they call you Just? Or
Justice. Yep.
okay. I saw you got more and more implied on the forum. That's nice
Yeah, I
to
was
see.
looking for a long time, so I figured I'd participate.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wait a little bit to see if we have some more people to join in. I can share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing right now. I wanted to be ready, but I was not, obviously. Okay, so that's my screen. And then if you want to know, because that's a common question actually, if you want to know where we're at with the pyRevit 2025 implementation for Revit, you can go and pull request here, netcore. That's the one where we have all the exchange. You can see that Sanzo worked on it like 30 minutes ago. And I was actually looking at what he was doing. So when you're there, you see you have the branch of Bizot that is here, does he map, does he MEP, and you can click on that one, and then you will go to actions, and those are the latest builds that we got that works supposedly. This one works, this one doesn't, this one didn't go through, and that's the one I wanted to just install just before we started. So I'm just going to go through it while we wait for some more people. So I just downloaded it, not 3 times, no need. This one should be fine. I'm just going to install it. So the status right now, pyRevit works in 2025. It can be installed without any specific crazy implication behind it. So you can just install from these installers here. Just gonna wait, it's not downloaded yet. Should be. And you'll get a zip file eventually, yes. And that zip file, let me check here. That zip file will look like this. So you get that's all the installers that are being built. Half of them are for the pyRevit CLI, and the other half are for pyRevit itself. So if you're not admin on your computer, that's the one. And if you're admin, you can use this one. I always use that one. That's easier. And I know there are a few bugs using that one sometimes, but not a deal breaker, not a big deal. So I just install this one, quickly execute. Sorry, everything is in French. I work in most of my time in French, even though I work with English clients sometimes. So I don't change my computer for that purpose with the language. I hope we're going to be more than 5 people. It's going to be boring. I'm the only one speaking. So we just go through the install. It just takes a few minutes. Not a few minutes, actually, a few seconds. And do you, Fabio and Justice, do you know and Jerry, actually, do you know the pyRevit CLI? Do you know what it does?
No.
Yeah, I've played with it a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
pulled a request on something in the CLI before, so I'm kind of familiar with it.
It basically helps you get inside pyRevit, but by the back door without having to start Revit. So you get to see what's happening. So if you start your command line like this, just gonna zoom in a bit, you can just type pyRevit, and by default it will output all the common function that you can use. And you see you have, okay, not so fast. Okay, going too fast. So the ENV is for environment, and that's a common one that I use a lot because it helps me check what's running on my computer whenever I'm testing pyRevit. If I run the ENV like that, you'll see that I get a long list of things. Master is my install, actually, and you see that's the 5.0 version, and it's installed here. And then it's the installation doesn't have to be installed, but that has to be attached to Revit, meaning it doesn't have to be. It's basically not installed with Revit. If you don't want to, you can detach it if you want. That's why you have a function to detach things, and you could attach different versions of Revit to different version of pyRevit to different version of Revit. So that's the thing it tells you. It tells you that the master clone here is attached to all of these versions that I have installed on my computer. See my extensions and everything. And at the end, damn it, that's the zooming thing. At the end, you get the installed Revit version that you have on your computer. And then if you have a Revit running, it's going to be listed here. And then you get some details about your computer. I'm just going to run 2025 to see what Senzo did, what modification it did, and see if it works. What did work as of this morning was basically all the infrastructure of pyRevit was working, except for the CPython engine. That was the only thing that didn't work. So we are fairly close to a pre-release for
2025 or for all versions?
For both. It's going to work for both, this one.
So 2712 is up and running for all versions?
Yeah, it should work for everything. The way the change have been made should work. I'm just going to start in just a new file. If I have my shortcut, it would be nicer.
And that's only needed if you have Python 3 scripts though, right?
Yeah, the CPython, you don't need it basically for 99% of the time. If you have CPython script, most of the people don't, because the implementation of CPython is not even fine up to a point. So most of the time, what I strongly suggest to people that wants to use Python 3 modules, let's say like NumPy and everything, I suggest they run with a sub-process routine instead. That's much easier to handle everything, because if you start to go only Python 3 with pyRevit, there's a very good chances you're not going to end up with something that works properly. Oh, it doesn't work. So Sanzo did something that didn't work. But if I show you again that page here with the actions, here, if you want to try it on pyRevit 2025, you should use that one. That one works. The fix installer doesn't create add-ins here.
You just get a loader error on the other screen or something?
I didn't get an error, probably. Let me check. No, it's not attached to 2020.
Oh.
I'm going to try to attach it manually, which shouldn't be necessary. But to attach it manually, you'd have to name the clone to get the name of the clone, and then to run tell it which engine you want to run. The default one is the basic one. And then to tell it to whatever version of Revit you want to attach to it. No, so it's bugged. It's bugged, yeah. That's why Sanzo Andrea is coming in and his audio is connecting. Can you hear me, Andrea?
Hi, yes.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
sorry for being
yes.
late.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just trying to install actually your latest commit and it doesn't work. So we're not there yet, but almost there.
Damn.
So what I was saying is that this version, the one I tried this morning, works okay. It works okay. The only downside that I found are the CPython warning, which is not such a big deal up to a point. And also two bugs. One was the version of the CPython that was showing in the about tool of pyRevit, which is definitely a minor bug. And the other one was the output window that does crash whenever you try to open it in the web browser, which is not a function that everybody knows about it, but that's still something that exists. So I can show you actually the bug so that you get people around the table gets to know what's happening. So that's the one that is remaining. The other one for the versioning, we just fixed it somehow. So whenever you click on that on the output window, or you click on the save button and escape before saving, both of these will crash Revit. But other than that, all the script, all the function, the tools I tried, so color splasher, Preflight, list element, pretty much everything. I haven't tried every damn tool yet because I wasn't sure it was good enough yet, but most of the tools I've tried are working fine. So I feel very comfortable using it with pyRevit, with Revit 2025 if I have to.
That's
it.
very good news.
There's still that little thing,
Yeah.
but I think it's not. It's just probably a small mistake somewhere in the installer, but it's not recognizing the engine, so that shouldn't be such a big deal actually, because it doesn't see it here. And whenever I started with a command and that, you see the pyRevit 2025 should be here at the top, and it's not. And when I tried this morning with the other one, the other version, the previous version that you did when you set the engine to default, it worked out of the box. So in some of the modification you made, there's something that is overwriting probably the attachment. And whenever I try to attach the master this way, sorry, I'm having the conversation a bit with Andrea because we're kind of, I came back from vacation and we started again working on the implementation and it's going there. So we got to exchange a few messages this morning already. Attach master default and then install. And you see, cannot find the default engine. I haven't tried actually with 2712. I should. 2712, right? Nope, it's not working either.
I saw from your debug messages that the only one that I have trouble is 2025.
Yeah.
But there's no message whatsoever to understand what's going on.
I think most of the change that you made, you may have to do it one by one, like in very incremental way, because if not, we're never going to get there. And we may. I don't mind start testing all the builds, each one by one after every commit. It doesn't bug me too much. I mean, it takes 5 minutes each time, so it's no biggie. And we can try this way maybe, so that we get a first, like a pre-release of the pyRevit 5 maybe. I don't know what you think.
Okay, if maybe you can tell me exactly what's the one that was working
Yeah,
for you. So I will try to to find what's changed from that version to the last one. I
Yeah,
think
Bizo was saying to try to attach it, but no, it doesn't work anymore. So yeah. And I tried also to attach it with the version before last, and it worked as well. So let me check. Just gonna give you the latest run that works. I think that's the one this morning. Yes, I think that's the one. Just gonna put it in the message in the chat box.
Okay, thank you. So I will try to investigate from there.
So that was one of the points. I wanted to make it nice and to have it installed, but I didn't get the time to test it right before because the build just finished a minute after the meeting started. So, but yeah, let me check. I have my notes. So pyRevit, that's it. Then the second point I wanted to discuss, but there's not such a big thing to discuss, the Preflight check hackathon. I didn't work on it at all, and nobody dared to participate or anything. So I was on vacation for 3 weeks. So end of the day, I still have that to set up. We also got that's something I barely discussed with Esan last time, but we discussed about making some bounties maybe for issue fixing so that we get some people to try and fix things in the code base and putting some money on at the end of the stick so that we get more people to work on that. I don't know what you think, Tanzo, or what the others think about it. Because having people to put some money on open collective, it's fine, but we need to use it for something that is useful. And to me, that's one of the things I feel should be considered. And on some of these issues, when I go there are some remaining issues that keep on popping and that are very annoying. Like, let me check. Yeah, like this one, the CLI, it needs to get some fixing. There's also the config.ini that doesn't work all the time, that doesn't save properly. So those are the kind of things that keeps on popping and that have been popping every year many times. And we could put like, I don't know, $100, $200 on top of it and get somebody to fix it that wants to get involved and fix it. That would be nice, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
And even the newcomer can give you can tell us if you feel like it's a good idea or not a good idea, or if you have some other ones. And it's open, not only the three people here, like me, Bizo, and Andrea. No, okay. Then the other thing, what was it? Yeah, one thing I didn't write down yet was the thing with the DLL hell. I wanted to ask you, Andrea and Bizo, how confident are you that we could fix it ourselves? Or should we try to hire someone to do it for a bigger bounty, maybe? That's a good one, right?
Look at what Revit lookup is doing. Nice point, GitHub. They got that all set up for loading the assembly context.
Yeah. There's the ASL thing. There's also the jetpack thing. What was the name of it, Andrea? I forgot. The IL repack that we can use, and there's a third way of doing it as well. I don't know which one is better because I have no experience with that. I don't think, Andrea, you have a little bit of experience because you tried it, but just a little bit.
No,
of it.
I just saw it, but didn't try it yet. So first, I wanted to make sure that the current pyRevit works, and then
And I know some of the people behind Revit Lookup, they know about it because they redesigned their stuff. There's two people that I think of, and there's a third one that I could contact as well to see if they're interested in trying to fix it for us, maybe. And that's something I feel would be very beneficial because 99% of the requests and issue we have is pyRevit doesn't install properly because we don't know, and most of the time the we don't know is the DLL conflict because Forma was installed before pyRevit and the other way around sometimes, and sometimes that's another add-in that doesn't behave well. So that's really something, I mean, if we can do it ourselves, I'm fine with that. I mean, there's no ETA because it has been a remaining problem for years anyway. And after we fix most of the 2025 thing, then we can maybe tackle that one, or we can spend of the money we have and put it into getting someone to fix it. What do you think?
But I think that's also another thing to do. I don't know if before or after resolving this DLL, but it's the compilation of the assemblies at runtime that we need to move to compile DLL. For example, the thing with the I don't remember any name now. The pyRevit loader TLL, it calls a Python script, then looks for the assemblies and then compiles the missing one. It's a bit of a nightmare of code.
You mean the ones that are under pyRevit Labs?
In the runtime, let me check because
I have no idea what you're talking
That's in
about.
dev.
it's in dev. I'm sorry.
That libs? Oh no, I see the runtime here. This one's?
No, sorry, it's in pyRevit lib, pyRevit runtime.
You're a master, not Docimap.
Yeah, let me check. I'm looking at
pyRevit folder and the runtime subfolder from this one, from pyRevit lib. Here you have the type maker, Python type maker. But well, in reality, everything starts from the pyRevit loader that is inside the bin folder. Yeah.
I mean, this place?
I can't find anything now. Okay, it's in the bin for netcar or netfx engines pyRevit loader.py.
Bin engines. Which one? Oh no, I'm on the
You're
wrong.
pyRevit Labs master.
No, I need to be in the other branch anyway. I should go there in the Maps one. It wants to, yeah. So that we really talk about the latest thing. It's gonna be better. There you go, NetFX.
Yes.
Engines.
Engines, yeah, that one, that pyRevit loader.py, no? Go up one level.
This one, yeah.
This one, yeah. This one is the script that it's called by every add-in file, every pyloader DLL file, and then that starts the session manager load session, that in turn builds and finds all the assemblies required. This is a dynamic way to load things that we should have already on a DLL, and so we could skip this. The other benefit is that the core part of pyRevit will not be dependent of an engine anymore. So the pyRevit core would load instantly, more or less, and then only the buttons are tied to some engine.
Okay. So
But
we,
this also mean rewrite many modules, many Python modules, because of the of the ribbon builder and so on. But it's a big task, but it can be done internally, I suppose.
and do you feel like many people would be able to rewrite it? I mean, if we split the task, if we try to split the task, do you feel like some people here would be able to rewrite it? That's the same.
I don't know what's the level of C# of anybody, so I can't answer this.
That won't be the rewriting. That will be like rewriting. Actual dynamic assembly. Yeah. I mean, this one, it's for mostly speed, actually. That would help with speed. Would it help with? It wouldn't help.
Yeah,
with
it will also help to avoid dynamic searching for the DLLs, and maybe we'll solve some of our problems with the DLL hell. Not everything, but some. Or at least the most of the the messages at the loading time that we had the pyRevit loader error.
Okay,
those are mostly from this architecture, the Python that needs to pick up C# objects and assemblies and load it.
Okay. And how would you prioritize those two, like the DLL and this one? I mean, to me, DLL feels like it's a simpler task, probably, and it could it would simplify the life of more people, probably. I mean, that's how I feel.
Yes, the thing is maybe I still don't have the big picture of this this project, so I don't know if we can do it without having to to move everything to C#, everything, most of the things to C# first.
Well,
but
most of the architecture.
yeah, but well, for the dependencies, I suppose that it can be done. It can be done quickly. At least we could try to use the yellow repack or something like that to see if it's working, and then we can move to to rewriting the other code. I think DLL could be the priority.
Okay. So 20, so yeah, priority time. Something like that. Okay. Good.
Also, if we succeed to solve this, the DLL hell, we also could solve all the project with pyRevit Labs modules that we have cloned and edited just to change the name.
Yeah,
And
you mean
so
like the Python net and all
yeah,
those.
yeah.
the
And then
sub-
everything could be just a NuGet package to add to our core
Yeah.
projects. It will be very, very cleaner.
Because right now, I mean, even
Yeah.
you spend and I spend sometimes inside the code, and it's still hard to get the architecture of the whole thing anyway. Because
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
between the dynamic compilation, the submodules, the installer, the CPython stuff, the Python net stuff, I mean, that's a lot to take in. And still we're not there yet. I think Biza was writing something. Jerry's gone. He said I updated dynamic compiles runtime now. You just did it now or not? I read runtime with the version number. Okay, so that means the version number would be the version number of Revit or of pyRevit. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something I read myself as well, but I'm not C# enough to understand it properly. Thanks, Justice. Let me open that.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, there's no more dynamic compilation because now all the DLLs, okay, the pyRevit runtime DLLs are compiled, and the Python script just loads the correct version for the pyRevit version, for the Revit version. Sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, it's
You're supposed to have
one
runtime.
problem less.
So that means that this one is not necessarily, doesn't need to be done, right?
I suppose something has to be done, but it's not. Yeah, it could be a low priority. I personally, I don't like the fact that I have to the plugin loads Python script just for loading itself, because the runtime DLL just executes the Python script. So you already have to have an engine, a working engine. That's why also we have to attach the plugin, the version of the engine, and edit the add-in, because the core of pyRevit relies on the on a Iron Python engine. So if we could move most of it to C#, we don't have to wait until the engine is loaded, and we don't have to check if it exists and so on. But we could just
basically load it like regular.
load the base one, the base part, the UI, and then just use the engines only for running the user scripts and also the extension script, of course.
Lisa, you're saying we need to remove this line, so that means this one. 28. So the whole try catch thing, this one actually. This whole thing, I guess. That's a lot of try catch for Is that me or that's a big loop for nothing almost? Sure, error loading startup script. It says startup script. I don't know if it's the pyRevit loader or if it's only the startup script, the startup.py actually. I guess it's the pyRevit runtime engine because there's the DLL there. Okay, we need to remove this code all lives, but it not robot session. Okay, you know what you're doing, Dozimap. You need to do it. But yeah, I mean, the pyRevit loader error has been a constant since the day I started with pyRevit. Don't know how to fix it. Okay. It's loading every engine DLL in the directory. And loading the assembly after that. Okay, I'll take this as notes from the meeting anyway, and keep that in the notes on the blog. You guys want to discuss something else? No? You have questions? I wanted to start pyRevit in 20 and later fix all other problems. Why? Yeah, I know. It's starting in 2025. I just need to be. There's a few small file path issues basically, but the rest it's working. You have to tell that to Esan. But Esan started 10 years ago, so that's okay.
With little knowledge of C#, if I remember correctly. So I also find some code smells around the and I always tempted to fix it, but yeah, I try to keep
architecture. I mean, Esan wanted to with pyRevit 5. He said that he wanted to rebuild it from the ground up if we could. But the thing is, he doesn't have time to, even though he has the experience for, and he knows about it. But so we have to still patch and fix the way we can. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we need to work with what we have. And the architecture, it's 10 years of architecture, but it's built with a large base and going like this. So it's a big pile of sand so far. Okay. If nothing else, I think we're good. What do you think? We're good? Thanks for being there. Only 5 people. Usually we got 15. That's a bit lame, but it's holiday as well for pretty much everywhere and everyone. So I guess that's it. And I wanted to ask you, Justice, you seem to know a bit about C#, right?
Yeah, still learning. I could definitely assist some, but I don't know that I could go off on my own and like solve everything.
Yeah, okay. So you heard that, Senzo. You have a helper.
right. Yeah, I just edited the pyRevit script for the one that builds everything to add a little option that will work that helps you work develop the C# part of the pyRevit. So I will try to put up a document with all the steps needed to be up and running. Yeah, with the debugging of pyRevit.
Yeah, so
I don't have access to the Notion site, so I don't know. Maybe I will create a discourse page, a discussion.
Yeah, you can make a discourse page or discussion.
Okay.
I can put it in Notion afterwards.
Perfect.
Right now, it's only me and Esan that have access to Notion because we basically have a single account and just one extra user on top of it. So just to keep things close to the body, maybe. But and Biza say he wants to rewrite everything to C#. Well,
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna count the points then. Won't do anything pretty much. But I think if we can at least fix the DLL hell and get it to run properly with pyRevit 2020, with Revit 2025, and don't have the pyRevit loader error, we will be able to focus on pretty much anything else that its attention, and that's those are the main hurdle I'll say. So
Is there a way to reproduce this DLL hell? Because I never experienced it, but to be fair, I don't have many. I don't have any
It's
plugins. So
extremely hard to reproduce because it depends on the installation sequence and the loading sequence at the same time. And I think the only thing that could help eventually is to use actually Revit lookup to see the order of the loaded DLL maybe, but I don't know if it's the loading sequence, the actual loading sequence of the
You can
Yeah.
force change the loading sequence by renaming your .addin file because it loads that folder alphabetically.
But the thing is, it helps you fix it, but it doesn't help you debug it in terms
Well, I
of
mean, you could
knowing
force
which one.
you could force that condition to pop up if you're trying to reproduce it.
Yeah, but if you have, let's say you have 20 add-ins on your computer, you have to do the combination actually to once you manage to make pyRevit work and not having the error, then you will have to know how. I mean, if you have 10 add-ins before or after pyRevit, then you'll still have to figure out out of these 10, which one is the right one. So it's kind of a long process if you have a lot of add-ins. And most of the new functionalities in Revit are add-ins. Like all the things about structural, rebar, MEP, all of these are add-ins. And Forma as well, and Twin Motion and everything. So it's very hard to reproduce because you need for the person that has this issue, you need to, yeah, I know. Yeah, and I got this discussion with someone and saying, yeah, we could do that, but if everybody does that at the end of the day, it's not fixed. Yeah, that's the difference between quick fix and long-term fix. And right now we know the quick fix is one of them. That's putting a 0 in front of it or something, whatever character you want. But yeah. Okay. Anything else? Nope. So next time in a month will be same day of the week and pretty much the same time, if nothing else. So that brings us to probably the 9th of the 16th, probably. Probably the 16th, actually. I won't be there on the 9th. Okay. So I'll send the invite for the next meeting. And in the meantime, Andrea, Bize, hi, we'll try to make it work for pyRevit 2025, I guess, this week. I'm pretty confident because it was working this morning fairly well, except for the CPython issue and just a 5-pass issue. Okay, good. So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks,
joining.
guys.
Justice.
Bye.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye-bye.